Hello viewers, today I will be reading Chapter 3 of Uncle from Another World. As I read, I will be adding commentary, basically sharing my opinions about certain things. So let us begin. I want the cell phone. It's not a flip model, it's a turn model. Uncle, we can buy one in an online auction, right? It's 2G. 2G? Huh? The signal standard it uses is so old that you wouldn't be able to make any calls or... no big deal. Who needs to make calls? What about people from back home? Old middle school friends or... Takafumi? Never assume a Sega lifer has such things. Okay, if you do not already know, the uncle is a big Sega fan. Now, during his time in the coma for 17 years, Sega went out of business, or at least in regard to the console market. In other words, Sega still does make games, but Sega no longer makes any consoles. And for many people who really liked Sega, they really liked the consoles. I myself, I grew up in the 90s, and for us, Sega was a very unique, very interesting console. The games Sega used to make for its consoles, because they had more than one, they were very interesting. Sega was a beloved company. It still is to this day, but not as much so because basically they no longer have their own hardware. But yes, in Chapter 1, when he found out that Sega was out of business, it really did affect him a great deal. The uncle is very nostalgic about old technology. And you can sort of guess why, because being in a coma for that long, many of the new things are not as, they simply are not as, familiar to you, to put it that way. And many of you may be surprised, but there is a new interest in flip phones, mainly due to social media addiction. Many people believe the phones today, the smartphones, are somewhat too convenient. People just cannot stay off of them, and a lot of younger people, they are now buying new models of flip phones, and they are still being made. So in Japan, apparently they had a good deal of different models, and this one you can even turn it, and it can sort of revolve around basically the phone keys, and it is very interesting. I have never seen one myself. I have seen flip phones, but I've never sone one that looks like that. So apparently, from what I've read, in Japan they did have a few very different and interesting models of phones that were flip phones, or rather turn phones, as he says. Very interesting. Why does so much of this guy's life revolve around video game consoles? Okay, he's looking at his smartphone. It's selling pretty cheap in online auctions. You looked it up already? Those smartphones are something else for how tiny they are. You'll get the hang of them soon enough, Uncle. All of this touching and swiping and pinching in and out. I just want something with lots of buttons to press. I see. Okay. Seems like I guess that's coffee, I suppose. But still, opening, sliding, turning, all those gimmicks were so cool, and now they're just gone. That's tech innovation for you. The latest ones nowadays use touchscreens. Guess that happens when 17 years go by. Speaking of tech innovations, I came up with one in the other world. Okay, he's pretty surprised by that. Okay, sort of the chair pushing sounds as he stands up and drinking sounds. You did, Uncle? Okay, sound of him putting his coffee mug down. Alright. I crafted an ever-brimming pot of water for a village suffering from a drought. That's incredible. How'd you do it? Magic? Well, I took 2 spells and... Okay. It'd be quicker to just give you a visual of my mind. Icarus Elron. Okay. So basically, through his magic, he is basically able to create a sort of television screen in the wall or just in the environment. Okay. I mean, the nephew seems pretty surprised by that. Are these my uncle's memories from the other world? So, there were these cards infused with magic. They're called spell cards. Anyway, I took those and, long story short, I rigged them to do the opposite of water electrolysis, and it worked. Now, water electrolysis is, as far as I know, it has to do with sort of creating an electric current. I don't have my dictionary open. Well, it is fine. But basically, scientifically, it has something to do with putting an electric current through a liquid, and somehow it changes the composition of it. So somehow he was able to do the opposite of this through his magic. Alright. Uncle. The overpowered modern science trope. I bet they sling your praises from the rooftops. It must have been great, right? Getting showered with awe and gratitude? No. Raw! Okay, the people are just basically crazy sounds. It's just, they're angry at him. They tried to hang me. Okay. They smashed the pot to pieces. Apparently, it was sacrilegious. Okay, more rah sounds. I really should not try to do the rah sounds. I'm sorry if I scared anyone. I should have really known better. Okay. Oh, look who it is. Uncle, someone came to your rescue? Wait. Yeah. That's the serial harasser I was telling you about. What? Her? Listen to me. Sure, this man has an evil face. I guess he's saying there. There. He's basically an orc. Okay. I think that's him in the background saying something. Wargrint Graka. It's that fantasy language. You see? It's only natural to harbor suspicion of him. Okay. Silence from the uncle and the nephew viewing the screen. Okay, let me see. Woo, whoosh, floosh. Okay, as you can see, he's using magic in the background. But, anyway, you get the idea. Whew. That was close. Okay. Okay, the sound of him thumping his fist on the table as he's in disbelief. I guess his uncle's sort of dismay and cowardice, regarding this woman. Yeah. I get it. Huh? First person view isn't the greatest, huh? Yeah, sure. That's not it at all. Let's see. What if I swipe the screen to turn the camera around? Ah, there we go. You can do that? Pinch in to zoom out and... Whoa, geez. They were seriously hunting you down? Or rather, they were seriously hunting you down, Uncle. Okay, something... I guess that's a better take of that. Alright. Oh. Can I see what happened with that girl? Sure. Pinch out and zoom in. Okay, he is able to see where he is and where the girl is. And of course, he ran away. He's not concerned at all. Ah, that sniveling coward. Okay, basically, sort of, the crowd is making noises. Oh, okay. I'm not even going to try to do the crowd noises because, I mean, when I try to do sound effects, they usually sound pretty stupid, to be honest. Some people are good at doing sound effects. You know, some people are really good at making noises with their mouth, honestly, but, you know. I try, but I'm not going to try to make the noises of the crowd, so I just say crowd noises, basically. Rioting noises. Okay. He ran away. That guy. She's such a good person. Yeah. Sniveling coward. Got it. Okay. And basically the nephew is sort of so taken aback by this, he sort of fell down on the table. He's just thumping his head on this table. Okay. Also, I mean, basically thumping noises and fighting noises from her fighting these people in all likelihood. She's strong, see? I guess that's her saying this on the screen. Grah! Forgive me! Or something. Is that the crowd or her? I guess she's saying forgive me as she fights them because maybe she is having regrets for even saving the uncle, considering he ran away. Yeah, she sure is. Okay. So she fights the whole crowd. She fights these rioting people, okay. Seems kind of romantic in a sense. Okay. But it is tsundere, or whatever you would call it. You know, that romantic concept that you often see in manga. Oh crap! That auction's about to close. 57 seconds left. Okay, to 34 seconds. I'm bidding! Wait, you're really buying it? Okay, agree to the guidelines and bid. Did you look up the shipping cost? Huh? He does not know anything about shipping costs. He has been in a coma for 17 years. He really does not know how this internet thing works. Back in those days, most things that you bought through the mail, it was usually maybe a mail order catalog or something like that, but most of the time people were not doing this. Alright? 2,000 yen shipping charge. They're based on an isolated island I never even knew people lived on. Alright, so I do not know how to do the yen conversion to dollar, so I really do not know how much 2,000 yen is. If you, the viewers, know how much 2,000 yen is, or if you know sort of the conversion to dollars, please share that. I am not able to do that offhand. I have bought Japanese products before online, but I really do not know the conversion rate offhand. I really do not. Okay. Okay, he seems kind of defeated about this because he really wanted that turn phone, that really unique phone. Uncle? Too bad it's not closer, or you could have picked it up in person and saved on shipping. Oh well, lesson learned. Okay. Now it seems like the uncle is sort of... Oh, he's walking off the balcony and... Yeah. he was actually able to fly, be right back, and swoon. Flying noises. Okay, basically him probably going so fast that it's like whoosh, whoosh. Okay, sorry for that. I said I wouldn't do side effects, and they didn't even have sound effects there. But side effects, goodness. Anyhow, let me continue. 30 minutes later. Hey, I'm back. Okay. Uncle, can you get me these headphones? From where? Kumamoto. Yeah, 5 minutes tops. Okay, I'm turning him, the noises of him turning the phone, basically. Uncle, in this couch. Or rather, in this couch? What? That'd be super heavy. I'll throw in a shoulder rub when you get back. Then maybe I can. Learn the new superpower. Getting free shipping on all online options. Okay, so apparently, he was able to find a way to basically destroy any shipping costs that he has for anything that he wants to buy online, which would be great to have. It would be wonderful if we all could just buy things online without paying shipping cost. I mean, that is quite excellent, really. So we have here some trivia for a feature phone, a type of cellular phone device developed in the 2000s. They made great advances until the emergence of smartphones in 2010, especially in Japan, where they are sometimes referred to as Galaphones, a name stemming from the Galapagos syndrome, in which the flora and fauna of the Galapagos Islands evolved independently due to lack of contact with other islands. Alright, very interesting. So, this was chapter 3. To me, all of these chapters are exciting. As a person who just sort of came back from reading a lot of Claymore, and basically, I am rereading Claymore, but I have to say, it is a very happy thing to read these comedic manga. I do notice, as I said in my last video, for some reason it seems to me that the writing for a manga like this is very good. And I think in regard to just comedic manga in general, it seems to be that way. I have no idea why, but, for me, comedy is something you can do pretty well with fewer words. And I think dark fantasy like Claymore or Berserk, that is something that I think really a short story, or even a novel, not necessarily a novel, but I think a short story like one such as H.P. Lovecraft is very good for dark fantasy. But in regard to comedy, this is quite good. So I will be reading until I finish and posting the videos on the channel. So may you be blessed and farewell.